Hey, what's up everyone? Phew. It's been 2 months since I posted my last video and thought I'd give you all a little update on the house and some other stuff going on. In my last video, the free-loaded riding lawnmower, I was in pain and that pain got worse. It probably didn't show in that video, but probably like the next day after that, it got really bad and I was having to use a walker to get around. Had to have chairs placed in my house so I could walk 15 feet and sit down for a little bit because it was just so excruciating. It took me about 2 weeks to get in to see a doctor, but he gave me some medicine. There's like a new nerve med, well, it isn't new, but it's a nerve medicine out there, and the pain pills. I took those and it helped relieve a lot of the pain, and I was able to graduate to a cane. So now I get to be a 52-year-old man that walks around with a cane right now. We tried doing some of the shots and those didn't work, so I had to go see a surgeon for my back, on my lower back. And what's happened is the bone density in my vertebrae is gone bad and it's crushing that sciatic nerve in there. So they're going to have to go in there and grind some bone out and stuff, and if they have to grind too much out, then they're going to have to put some rods and screws in. That surgery will be this coming Monday, the 21st. And I'm starting to get nervous every day that it gets closer because I've never had a surgery like this. I know it's going to be painful and I know it's going to be a long recovery time. And that really screws up my summer for the most part, but it's got to be done because I'm tired of limping around, can't get nothing done now, so hopefully that'll get things straightened out. This past Friday I had to put down one of my precious fur babies, as people call them. This is my Abby dog. She was a pit bull mix. We had her for 15 years. She was 3 years old when we got her. And we rescued her. When we brought her home, she was really timid, but eventually she got over it and realized that we weren't going to hurt her or anything, so she's been a loyal dog. I've never had a dog for 15 years. And I've put other dogs down before, but this one here was really hard. But hey, life goes on. It's just something you got to deal with when you have pets. Okay, for an update on the house. On the last update on the house, we was waiting to go to like the city council meeting, planning commission, trying to get the lot split to be residential instead of agricultural. They did okay that because for agricultural you actually had to have 3 acres and that total lot size is not 3 acres, so they went ahead and let us change it to residential. But then we had to get it surveyed for the lot split. It took us about 2 weeks to get a surveyor out there so he could survey the land and all that fancy stuff they have to do. Surveyors around here are really busy. They're about 2 weeks out right now. I should have become a surveyor, I guess, since they're in high demand. To split this lot, we split one lot into 1 acre and then split the other lot into 1.02 acres. I got the 1.02 acre lot, which is not really that much bigger, I guess. But due to a city ordinance, land in that town has to touch a city street. Well, for us to just divide that lot in half, the lot that I wanted to build on wouldn't touch the street, so we had to make a flag lot. So basically when you look at it on the map, it looks like a flag. You have a narrow strip of land that goes down and touches the city street, which in my case is 30 feet. Then it goes alongside the front property and I get the back property. So it made our back square of our land a little bit smaller than what we was wanting, but after going around marking out where we kind of want the house and everything and the shop, there'll be plenty of land left. So by the time we got the surveyor out there and everything, the next city council meeting or planning commission meeting had already came and went. And so by their rules, they would like to have the survey plat in 2 weeks before the city council meeting. So we had to get that plat, but we also had to inform them what we wanted to do on that plat. So we wanted to build a house. Well, for the house, we had to submit house plans. So we had to get with our architect and have him build it up. And that went on for like a week and a half, going back and forth between him and my wife and I and our builder. Hey, will this work? Hey, can we do this? Ooh, we don't like that. You know, all that stuff. We finally come to something that we like, and there's already changes in it now, but we had to have a blueprint, you know, that shows the floor plan, you know, where the footings go, the ceiling, you know, I guess what they call I can't think of the name, more like a height. And that, there we go, an elevation of the house and everything. So we got all of that done and got it in 2 weeks. Had to have 15 copies of the plat for 8 city members, but only 7 copies of the blueprint for them. But we got it all in there. And then a week from yesterday, we went to the meeting and they split the lot. They allowed the lot split as it was. And we're like going, okay, you know, great. But since that flagpole comes down just a few mere inches from a shop building that's on the front property, they had to okay that to happen. And that made us kind of nervous because the rules in this town is the building's got to be a minimum of at least 15 feet from a property line. But they went ahead and okayed that and everything was good to go. So now we just have to get all the legal part of splitting the land, get that stuff recorded with the county and everything. I went ahead and paid for the land. It's ours. But since we're going to be on a septic, we're going to have a perk test done first. Hopefully that gets done this week and I can maybe get video of that done and everything. So maybe I can make a video on that. I've never seen. I kind of know what it is, but I've never seen one done. But we have to get the perk test done so we know the size of the septic system that our house is going to have. And then we can use that and apply for a building permit. Once we get the building permit done, then we're going to get going on this. The only thing that really sucks about this is I'm going to probably not be able to get around very good for 2 to 3 weeks, and maybe up to 6 weeks is what they're saying. We're not sure. So I'm not going to be able to drive, and if they start having stuff going on over there at the lot, I'm not going to be able to get it on video. And that kind of sucks because I wanted to do the total build. So I've talked to my wife, and she said she would drive me over there, so maybe I can just sit in the car and video things while they're doing it. I'm not sure on that. We'll just have to see how that goes. So hey, let's take a drive over to the property and I can just kind of show you what I'm talking about, how it's a flag lot and just how big everything is over there, or how small it is, what we think it is. But it's going to work out great for us and I cannot wait to get started on this. Okay, boy, it sure is hot in here today, but let's go visit the land. Okay, so here's a new property. This here will be our driveway. It won't be that wide, but our property line runs right up beside that building right there. And then over to where this fence here goes up. That's roughly 30 feet. So this here will be our driveway, but we're not gonna have a 30-foot driveway. We'll make it 10, 12 feet wide. I don't know if we're gonna either do it concrete or just a white chat that's packed in, but it comes into there and it comes up to here and it runs all along this fence up to that corner there. Then from there runs all the way over here to the corner of those dirt piles over there, and then it'll come across here over to where you can see that little orange tag there. Then it'll come down here to sun's in my eyes right now, to this corner here. So that there equals 1.02 acres. This house and shop right here, they get the 1 acre part. So they actually get a pretty decent backyard here. But our plan is to, if you can see, let me see if I can zoom in on that. There's a little post down there that, there it is. That there will be the, gets to be the northwest corner of the house. Then it'll come back towards me. The house will come down, then there'll be a garage. Then there'll be a space of, I don't know, I think it's 20, 25 feet that'll come back in between the house, and then the shop will start. And then shop is 24 foot wide. So then it'll come to here. So basically where you can see where this grass is not cut and where it is, that's basically the property line. So I'm going to be about probably 25, 30 feet off of that line. That way if I need to drive around to the back of the house, it'll, I have plenty of room to do that. And because over here along that side there is going to be all landscaped and everything with bushes and everything and trees. And this here, all through here will be my front yard and driveway. So don't want to have to just drive on it all the time or whatever. So I can just drive right up here and go around to the back of the shop if I need to. But this here will be the view right here out of the back of our house. If we're in the kitchen area or whatever, we can look out this right here, and that'll be our view. That'll be the people we bought the land from. That there is pretty much their front yard, and they mow it with a tractor with a finish mower on it. And this over here is their house, the one with the golf cart on it and everything. So can't really get a good view from here, but they have a pretty nice house. And I do want to thank them very much for selling this piece of land to us, because we got it for a good price and it helped them out. And it helped us out, because everywhere we was trying to find more land, we could have got more land for the same price, but having to bring in utilities, and drilling a well and stuff, it just doesn't work. And around here, when you start getting out of the city limits, it's hard to get good internet. You got to use satellite like Dish or Direct, and all I've heard is nightmares from there. And me being an online seller, I need quick internet. I got to upload pictures and stuff fast. I ain't got time to wait 10 minutes to upload for one listing on something. But here's the coolest thing, and my mother-in-law has a great sense of humor. She's like, hey, at least our neighbors will be silent. So she does have a great sense of humor. I have no problem living by a cemetery. People are dead, they're not coming up. But I probably won't be watching Walking Dead like I already watched that anyways, really. But it's pretty cool. Then on some days across from the cemetery over there, there's horses that actually run around and play in there, which is pretty cool and everything. But this here will be our, well, there's the horses right there. But this will be our front yard. But we won't really be looking out this as much. We're more of a kitchen type people, and living room, well, the living room would look out this way, I guess, but We're pretty simple. I'm gonna have to get out here and mow this tomorrow. People we bought the land from, my friend, he lets me use his 0 turn radius lawnmower, which makes this a lot easier. But when I get moved in here, I'm gonna have to use that riding lawnmower that I got and mow it. But hopefully the house and the shop will take up a lot of this land, so won't be that much to mow. But that's this land right here. Well, it's time to get back to the house. It is getting hot out here. That's the current update of where I'm at. Man, it's dark in here. That's the current update of where we are right now. We'll get that perk test probably done next week. And then I'll be going into my back surgery like I mentioned earlier. So we'll see what goes on from there. Hopefully I can do updates here in a couple weeks of what's going on. Everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you see here, just subscribe and like it. Ring that little bell. Thanks.